Welcome back to Jet Entertainment. Today we're going to be doing a Pixar movie bracket. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the seating.
This is going to be a disaster.
Yeah, probably. I'm just going to click it a couple times. I think this is the first movie because the fourth one's not on here. I haven't seen Lightyear. It's Toy Story 1 versus Lightyear for the first matchup.
Is that Toy Story 1?
Yeah, it is. Because Toy Story 4 is not on here. And if it's not, we're making that Toy Story 1 because I'm not leaving Toy Story 1 off the fucking bracket. There's a few movies that aren't on here.
Yeah, I never saw Lightyear, and I heard it was ass.
Have you seen Lightyear?
Nope.
And I mean, it's fucking Toy Story.
It's
fucking Toy
that's
Story.
an easy wash. Is it Finding Dory?
Here, click the X on that, and maybe it'll drop down.
Oh, fuck.
Just hit.
What the fuck? I hate how this looks.
Make your screen, like, the percentage, like, smaller.
Where the hell?
Like your zoom.
Okay, it is Finding Dory. Okay,
Finding Dory versus Ratatouille.
I haven't seen Finding Dory. And Ratatouille,
Really?
yeah, I've never
Finding
seen
Dory
it.
is actually pretty good.
Oh, I don't think that.
It's not better than Ratatouille.
No, absolutely not.
It
Not even
was such
fucking
a
close.
downgrade from Finding Nemo.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, but like it was better than I thought it was going to be going into it.
Does Dory get lost?
She's lost. Her brain is gone.
Is it through her? Is it her like POV or like what is this movie?
Oh, yeah, she's the main character the entire time.
Why
Is
are we
Nemo
still
in
talking
it?
about it, bro?
Talking is Nemo?
Ratatouille won.
We know it won.
They go to an aquarium at some point. I don't know what they're doing though. There's like an
Nemo?
octopus. No, Dory.
Is Nemo in it?
Aren't they like trying to find like Marlin or something?
I thought it was Finding Dory, not Finding Marlin.
She's finding herself.
Yeah, like they're chasing after her, but she's the reason she's like she ends up in an aquarium, I think. And they're like trying to save her, but she's like cool with it because she's friends with a whale.
Of course.
It's fucking Ratatouille.
Yeah, Ratatouille. So
That
that was
first-
Toy Story 4. I haven't seen either of them.
I've seen Toy Story 4, so that's why that got picked, I guess.
All right.
So we'll just do that.
Well,
This
this matchup is Toy Story 1 now. The other one was Toy Story 4. We got Toy Story 1 versus Cars 2.
Hey, you guys talk.
Now, what were you going to say?
No, go ahead.
Because this is
Go.
obvious,
Go ahead.
but I know you want to say something about it.
I am sick of the slander of Cars 2. I understand that it's a movie, it's like a spy movie, and it's like a Grand Prix World Cup race, whatever we want to call it. The people who hate this movie, the whole point is it's supposed to be fucking stupid weird. And the racing scenes are cool as fuck, all the cars we get are cool as fuck. And like, I really don't get the hate. Is it better than the first one? Obviously not. We'll talk about the differences between the second and third one later, but for the time being,
I hate
Cars
that
2
this
is
is the matchup.
Cars 2 is so fantastic, though.
I hate that this is the
Fantastic's
matchup.
heavy, but it's so good for no fucking reason. Like it's literally like the people who, if you relate it to the real world, it's literally like the people who have nothing, low socioeconomics, the lemons of the world, are going against the high-tiered price, the race cars, the Rolls Royce, the Queen. The
Queen.
And I know everything I just said made no sense, but like, it's such like a good like analogy of a movie. It's a metaphor
For what?
for how like
Everything you just
some
said,
people have it better in life and they're born with it better. And just because some people are born with it worse doesn't mean you need to treat them like shit.
This is because of Mater?
Toy Story's the pick.
That's what I was about to say. I hate that this is the matchup because I was hoping because I like Cars 2, but I was hoping Cars 2 went against something that was more like even.
Yeah, it's just going to be out of the bracket now because
Yeah.
it went up against a jug.
Yeah, it went up
I'm
against
not gonna
fucking
sit here
Toy
and
Story.
lie. I think Cars 2
Is
win.
better than Toy Story?
I think so.
You're wrong.
Come on.
I'm a Cars boy.
I think Cars 2 is better than Toy Story.
How?
I
Why?
fucking love Cars 2.
We all do, but
I-
come on. It's Toy Story.
You're not winning this.
Well,
It's Toy Story.
I think Cars 2 is better.
than the original Toy Story?
Yes.
Why?
I just like it that much more. I just think it's a more fun movie to watch.
You know the ones about toys, right? Fun toys. Toys having fun.
Do you like Toy Story?
I do like Toy Story. Don't get me wrong. I do like Toy Story.
I don't even want to ask the question because it's going to make me so mad.
What?
Is there, don't say which or if, really, but I mean, you can say if. Is your favorite Toy Story, or you think the best Toy Story is not the first one?
I think they're closer than probably what you're thinking.
I think they're all close besides 4.
Well, right.
I don't think so.
I think they're closer than you think they are.
I really don't think that.
You think they're like way worse than 1? In what way?
2 of them are definitely way worse than number 1.
Well, 4.
And 1 of them is not as good, but it's very good still.
Not 2's not that bad. I like 2. A lot of people think that's their favorite.
Yeah, and I would like to say formal apology. You guys are fucking idiots. Anyway, I love Cars 2, but the answer is Toy Story.
Yeah.
Well, it's 2 to 1, so.
How are we gonna base this bracket? Are we doing it by like favorites?
That's the best part. There's no basis. We're just arguing.
Okay. Yeah,
Because
it's Toy Story.
It's not. Clearly, he's not arguing the better movie. He's arguing his favorite movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's better.
I honestly, I'm okay. I would rather
I-
watch
I
Cars 2.
Agree.
What'd
But
you say?
Toy Story's
because
better.
it's Cars.
What'd you
Yeah.
say?
Said I would rather watch Cars
Oh,
2
fuck yeah.
because I like the Cars franchise.
I would put Cars 2 over not that I like it better, but I would put it on the TV Cars 2 over Cars 1. But I think Cars 1's a better movie.
Cars is so good.
Cars 2
Do you care if I insult you
Cars
for a second?
2 Cars 2 is just
Can
easier
I
to turn on.
verbally assault you or insult you? That's the
Assault?
dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
That's kind of like how we've talked about it on Mind Trick Media, that we just turn on the second Star Wars movie, but
Yeah, right now it's legitimately like episode 4 versus the second movie.
Yeah. It would be like, because you say you like to put on the second movie because it's entertaining, but you think 3's the best movie. Would you rather watch 3 over 2?
3's what?
he's
Right,
talking about
it says.
Star Wars.
Oh.
I would put on 3 over 2.
I thought you were talking about
There you
Toy
go.
Story 3 or Cars 3. I was like, what the
Nah.
fuck are we talking about?
I'm not going to win the majority, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're
what I
not.
Well, I
think,
mean,
so.
yeah, it's Toy Story. We'll move on.
It'd be
to the next
dope if there
matchup.
was like 3 movies.
I hate that
still.
was the matchup.
We could like Okay, so
This is another shitty matchup because it's Coco versus Cars. Coco is so good, but it's fucking Cars.
there's a Coco hater in the room.
I don't hate Coco.
You think that one movie's better, and that movie sucks.
I think that one movie is
the
better.
Book of Life movie
I think it's better.
fucking sucks.
I think I've seen that. I don't really remember.
No, I don't know if you guys know what that is. Literally everything is like, you ever like do like a what are those called? You like get a box and it's full of fucking like wood and you build something out of it.
Lincoln Logs?
No, like you could build like dinosaurs out of wood or like a paper mache thing that you like make little figures out of. That's what the fucking characters look like. They're made out of like ribbon and shit.
I'm about to look this up because I think I've seen it, but I can't remember.
Dude, it's terrible.
I think Coco visually looks better. It's not even close.
Oh, I remember this movie.
That movie sucks.
No, it does
Okay,
not.
it doesn't suck.
Coco's
it sucks
better.
compared to Coco.
Yeah,
I don't
Coco's
think
better.
so. I think that movie's better.
Yeah, Coco's better.
Well, Coco lost, so.
Yeah, this is
It's
a
fucking Cars.
Cars versus Coco. That's just. I'm sorry, Coco. That was just a shitty matchup for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It really was.
It's Cars.
I just can't imagine. There's some dog shit matchups here soon.
Oh, dude. Oh, never mind. I'm not even gonna talk about it.
I've never seen
Okay.
either one of these.
So it's Luca
you're
versus
out.
Soul. It's Luca
I've
versus
seen
Soul.
Luca. You've seen Soul.
All right. I don't know how we're gonna argue this. I think Soul's incredible. And the second main
of the
character is a
newer
cat.
shit that's come out, Luca's really good.
What's Luca about?
He's like a sea monster mermaid thing, and they realize if they go out of the water, they become human. But the humans hate the sea monsters. So he's running around like Italy or some shit, doing all the fun shit that humans can do and eating pasta and all that kind of shit. And then he finds someone else, and he's also a sea monster who, like, his family is all, like, dead. So he goes up to the surface because he has no one to live with. Mm-hmm. And they get to a point where they're doing something, and it, like, starts, like, raining. And so they have to, like, hide at this girl's house who's, like, a human, and she doesn't know. So they, like, hide or whatever, and then there's, like, this big race at the end of it that's, like, a bicycle race. And when they're during the middle of it, someone like runs into a puddle and gets the friend wet, so he becomes a sea monster, and he's like fading in and out. And they're like, "Oh my god!" And he's like, "Luca, help me!" And Luca's like, "Sea monster, get him!" And fucking betrays his ass.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
So then it goes through the rest of the movies, like how Luca is like trying to deal with like being embarrassed that he's a sea monster, but that he can't fucking help it because he's a sea monster.
Okay.
It's actually like a really good movie.
Hey Elijah, your turn. What's Soul about?
It's about this guy who is really like in love with music, and I don't remember if this is like during the time period of jazz, but he's like super into like jazz music and all that shit. And essentially he really wants to make it in that industry, and very early on in the movie he essentially like dies or whatever, and he gets sent to this world where it's like you're just your soul now, and essentially you're just on this path that's taking you to heaven. And he was like, no, oh my god, my whole life I was so close to, I was about to have my big break, and I was so close to fulfilling my destiny of being a jazz artist or whatever. I can't remember what he said, something like that. So he jumps off this big ass bridge that's connecting the overworld and heaven or whatever, when they're all just souls. You can kind of see what they look like right here. They're just little soul guys. He's essentially walking up this staircase and over this bridge, and he just jumps off of it, and somehow makes it to where he's back at like the beginning of life, like the creation of life, where like you are your soul and you're not your body yet. So it's like the before, and he's essentially trying to make it back to the overworld, and he ends up getting a second chance. And another good thing about this movie is, you see the cat? One of the people that are souls that are like trainers or like teachers in the soul world to like help them build their character for the real world gets like pushed into the overworld with the soul guy, and she gets put into a cat. So the second main character is a cat, which I love. And essentially he just ends up fulfilling his destiny and becomes like a crazy good jazz artist, and it's just a good movie overall.
All right, Jordan, you pick between those two.
What
movie would you want to see first?
I would say, do you want to rock, paper, scissors?
Well, that's why I let him pick, because he hasn't seen either.
I'd probably want to see Soul first.
All right.
I
think that's a good tiebreaker for that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Which one would you rather see
That's
first?
kind of why I started asking. That's why I was like, all right, now I'm going to ask Elijah what it's about so I can see here which one
Soul
I'd
is
be.
good.
All right, cool. We haven't seen this movie, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's Cars 3 versus Turning Red. I haven't seen Turning Red. I literally have no idea what it's about. Cars 3 I love. It's a Cars movie. That automatically pushes it past
I
a
think
movie I haven't
Cars 3
seen.
is super underrated.
I think so, too. I love Cars 3. He doesn't.
Well, it's still Cars 3.
We haven't seen the one, so.
Yeah.
Are you going to wait till next round?
Yep.
All right. I think it'll go up against Soul, so. Fuck. All right.
All right.
Oh
Dude.
my God.
This was the most disappointing ending to a movie.
It's Onward versus Wall-E.
Onward had the worst ending of a movie I've seen in a while.
I haven't seen Onward.
Literally, so like the point is they were like, I'm gonna be honest, it's about to be the worst version of what I'm about to like. I don't really know what happens in this movie.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
They're both like magician things. I don't really know. They're like trolls. They're blue. Whatever. And basically, like, their dad passed away when they were kids, and he like left them clues to becoming like wizards or something. Am I on point right now?
I don't know. You're talking about it. And I'm like, did I watch this movie? I don't
And
remember.
they go on this like giant journey through like foggy mountain, big rock, green plate. I don't like. This is onward journey. The whole point, you got to keep going onward, and they get to a point where they get this like wizard staff. It's one of those. It's like they start the movie with like wizards are like a thing that don't exist, but like some people claim that they're wizards, and like they find out that their dad was a wizard or some shit like that.
You're a wizard,
And
Harry.
at the end of the movie, they have to do X, Y, and Z, and they have to bring this wizard and this amulet, or the like staff and this amulet. They have to like collect these things and bring it back. And if they bring it back in this amount of time, they can see their dad again. And like, he shows up, says like 2 words, and then like dips.
So the whole movie was leading up to his dad coming back, and then he comes back, and then he just leaves
He like
immediately.
doesn't even come back.
I mean, they weren't gonna bring him back to life.
It's
I don't
wild.
I don't remember what the movie was about.
I don't really remember what the movie was about at all. Now that I'm thinking about it, I remember.
Honestly, I probably just explained that. That's probably not what was going on at all.
I remember like
Yeah, they're probably like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
I remember liking it when I watched it, but I don't really remember anything. I've only seen it one time. But I mean,
Well, you two have seen both of them. Are you both picking
listen,
Wally?
it's Wally. It's
Oh.
not like
And we're gonna do the overview of Onward and see how bad.
You're gonna read the summary.
Teenage elf brothers, they're elves. That makes sense.
Not trolls.
Ian and Barley embark on a magical quest to spend one more day with their late father. Like any good adventure, their journey is filled with cryptic maps, impossible obstacles, and unimaginable discoveries. But when their dear mom finds out her sons are missing, she teams up with the legendary Manticore. It was like a monster to bring her beloved boys back home. So they do all of that, and like by the time they get it to where they can see their dad for like the one day. There's like 1 minute left in the day. So like they bring him back, the sun sets and he's gone.
Wow. What the fuck?
And like I remember he says something and it was like nothing of it. Like the one son, like the main son, wanted him to say something and he just doesn't even say it. Like it was crazy.
I mean, listen,
People also ask, why is Onward banned?
banned.
What? Banned where?
Oh, I'm not gonna bring it up. It's banned in a different country because of things.
All right.
Yeah, Wally's a better movie.
Yeah, I like.
I don't know why I went through all that.
It's Wally. I haven't seen Onward, so. Aw. It's incredible.
Fuck!
Incredibles 2 versus Finding Nemo.
Little fun fact:
Hot take. Go first.
Finding Nemo was the first movie I ever saw in theaters.
It's not where I thought we were going.
Holy shit! You saw that in theaters?
Yeah,
Came out in 03.
Oh yeah. What the fuck?
Or
It was
02. 03 or 02. I don't know.
I think it was 03.
I don't remember.
I'll say this, and this is going to be the hot take. We haven't even got to it yet. I'm just going to say it. I don't like the first Incredibles movie.
I've never seen it.
I think the
so-
villain's shit.
So cool.
He's not.
I forget who plays.
I
him.
think he's fucking annoying as shit.
That's the point.
Yeah, I can't stand it.
He was a
I think
nerd.
it's so fucking annoying. Second one is fucking awesome. I love the second Incredibles.
I like the second Incredibles too. I've never seen the first one,
Which is
funny.
way crazier than mine. But
I have to.
I think it's a layup. I think it's Finding Nemo. It's
Okay.
not
Yeah, I
close.
was about to say.
like, okay.
Finding
I know how
Nemo
much
is
you like
so fucking good.
Incredibles too. Yeah,
You know what you
Finding
do
Nemo's
every time we
incredible.
talk about anything on this podcast or the other? You'll hype up the one thing and then be
And then
like,
say the other.
nah.
What do you think this
This movie's
is?
so fucking good, but it's not as good as Finding
Yeah,
Nemo
'cause
though.
I don't need to explain Finding Nemo.
Yeah, you don't.
It's so fucking good. You start off, kill all the babies and the mom. Awesome start.
Yeah.
Awesome start.
The Barracuda is such a badass, like fucking
And then we
scary
deal with
villain.
Little Flipper. He goes to fucking fish school. Awesome.
Fish
We're in the
school.
ocean. I'm a big ocean guy. I like the ocean. I like the beach.
And what's the guy? Is he like a manta ray?
school.
The teacher? Is he a manta
Yeah.
ray? He's fucking awesome.
And Crush.
Crush is fucking
Crush
cool too.
fire.
Yeah, it's Finding Nemo. Like
It's
it's not.
Finding
It's,
Nemo.
it's so easy.
I like Incredibles too. I haven't really seen it since it came out, but it's not even fucking close. And now we got. Okay, we're into the second round of the left side. We got.
Oh, dude, I was like, what the fuck? We're doing the whole.
It's side by
left
side. This is a wash.
Get this the fuck out of
It's
here.
Toy Story 4 because I didn't realize that's what it was versus Ratatouille.
And I just want to say this too, because we didn't know. It kind of looked like the picture, but whatever. This movie fucking sucks. I don't give a fuck.
I haven't seen it.
Like, it's so bad. It didn't need to be made. They're making a Toy Story 5 too, by the way.
Really?
I have no clue what it's gonna be about.
What was
I
4
heard-
about?
I heard that they were talking about making a live action version of Ratatouille.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, fuck that.
Anyway, Toy Story 4 is like the one girl has all the toys from like the third one.
Mhm.
He like gives up all of his toys or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like playing with them, but then like I don't even remember what happened. They try to go find some. I don't even fucking remember. It was so fucking bad. It was so fucking bad.
I'm trash.
Like they go to move and like they like leave the box of toys behind or something, or like they go on a trip. Something fucking happens.
Per usual.
They have to go on a journey running through the streets as fucking toys, and then we meet fucking
Again.
Forky, whatever the fuck his name is. I'm trash. Fuck this movie. And he refines Bo Peep, and she's like living in a playground.
What?
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
It's Ratatouille.
Oh, they go to like a carnival or something in it too. I don't know what the fuck. This whole movie meant nothing. Fucking Ratatouille. Ratatouille's a jug. Let's go.
It's a jug. Yeah, Ratatouille's a banger.
Yeah, I don't know why we talked about it for so long.
Just angry.
Tyler, you're angry about 90% of the shit we talk about.
Now we got...
You piece of piece of shit.
My
Okay.
God. It's Toy Story versus Cars.
Okay. This one isn't hard for me.
It's not hard for me either, but it's a fucking juggernaut of a matchup.
Yeah.
One's just more my era.
I mean, listen, I wanted
our
to pick
era.
Cars 2 over Toy Story, so I'm picking
Yeah.
Cars.
It's Cars.
Cars is just more our era. I think Toy Story came out like 95 or some shit like that. That was fucking 8 years before we were born. And 6 before you were born, right?
Yeah.
So, Cars is more our era, and it's fucking heat. So,
It's also better. I'm sorry. I think it's a better movie.
I think it's a better movie, too.
I don't know. It's close.
I think it's close, but I think it's a better movie.
Toy Story's got a banger of a cast and a soundtrack, but so does Cars.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
Yeah, it's Cars. We all in agreement?
Mm-hmm.
Now we got Soul versus Cars 3.
Well, me and Tyler haven't seen Soul.
And you don't like Cars 3.
So I like Cars 3.
I know where I'm going.
You guys can pick. What do you think?
Well, I haven't seen Soul, so...
Okay, and what do you think?
I'm going Cars 3.
Okay, then it's Cars 3.
Soul's incredible. It was a phenomenal movie.
I
I
need to
think
watch that. Isn't Jamie Foxx the lead? Or am I tripping?
It might be.
It's not Denzel.
No, it's definitely not fucking Denzel.
I think it's Jamie Foxx.
It might be him. Yeah, it is him.
Yeah.
He's really good in it.
David Diggs is in this?
I guess.
You know who that is, do you?
He looks familiar.
He's on Broadway. He was in Hamilton.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Jamie Foxx kills it. Soul's a really good movie. It's underrated. I feel like a lot more people haven't seen it. But I'm a Cars fan. Love Cars. Cars 3 is incredible.
It came out in that era where people were kind of done.
Yeah.
They made like 4 movies in a row that were like, all right, guys.
They were sick of the shit. But Cars 3 is really good, in my opinion.
I've heard good things about Solo.
Yeah, Soul's really good. But it's Cars 3.
Ooh.
Now we got
Oh.
Wall-E versus Finding Nemo.
It's not hard.
It's not hard.
I don't think it's hard. I think it's Finding Nemo.
It's Finding Nemo.
I think I've seen Wall-E more.
You liked watching Wall-E when we
I
were
do
kids.
like. I still like Wall-E.
Mm.
But I do think that Finding
Wow.
Nemo it does have a special place in my heart just because this is the first movie I've ever seen.
Do you remember watching it?
There's no way.
I remember being there. I don't remember watching the movie, though. I had to sit in, like, this booster seat thing.
I mean, you were fucking 2 or something. It's Finding Nemo. I like Wall-E, but there's some gripes I have with it versus Finding Nemo.
What grapes do you have with Wall-E?
Well, not that it's a gripe. I love the movie, but when you compare it to other Pixar movies, it's not going to win because they don't fucking talk for 45 minutes. So it automatically cannot be better than an incredible fucking movie like Finding Nemo. I think the premise is cool.
We've definitely done like 3 or 4 movies that I think Wall-E's better than. Easily.
Yeah.
Maybe 5. But it went up against a juggernaut.
Yeah, it's not beating fucking Finding Nemo. Go ahead and move on.
Cool.
Now we got, this is the third round of the first, of the left side. We got Ratatouille versus Cars. It's not hard.
I'm in the minority here, but I don't know. For me. I know you guys are both picking Cars.
Yeah, like, it's fucking Cars through and through. But if you want to...
I'm just having that when he's in his trailer, I am Speed. I just got that song in my head right now.
That's a banger opener.
I
You got
I
any?
fucking love Ratatouille.
I fucking love Ratatouille
It's
too.
good.
The only problem is it went up against that.
I feel like this should be the finals. I think this should be the final two.
I don't think Ratatouille's top 2.
I think
I think it is.
Ratatouille is a final 4.
Yeah, it would have made it to the conference.
I think it's final 4.
championships.
And the only reason is because there's a movie on the other side that I think is better than it that we haven't got to yet.
I mean,
get to
I'm
that.
not mad with the Cars pick. I think I would pick Ratatouille though if I had to pick.
You got
But
any arguments on why?
I've definitely seen Ratatouille more than I've seen Cars.
I've seen Cars a billion times,
I
probably.
have seen
The amount of times
Ratatouille.
I've seen you've been in the room with me watching Cars. No way.
I've seen Ratatouille more.
I don't know.
I really like Ratatouille.
Linguini!
I'm not mad at the pick.
I'm sorry.
so-
What?
Screamed into the mic.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's Cars, without a doubt. I love Ratatouille, though. Fuck.
If there's a fucking argument, I'm flipping the fucking table.
It's Finding Nemo versus Cars
It's
3.
Finding Nemo.
Is this where it happens?
What?
Okay, let's go over the gripes. I don't fucking like this movie.
Explain.
We talked about it for 5 hours at work. the
Yeah,
other
we
day. We
did.
were looking into the lore.
We were going through
So,
all the wiki pages.
Okay, so number one, when I first watched the movie, the reason I don't like it, I don't like the structure of the movie. I think the end of the movie should have been Lightning like retiring, in the sense that he decides on his own in the moment by himself, I can't do this no more. I don't know if there needed to be like a voice in his head from Doc saying sometimes like the scene from the beginning where he's like sometimes like you don't get to choose when to quit, they make you quit.
I feel like
I feel like he did choose to quit.
Yeah, but I want him to quit being Lightning McQueen, being on top. But he just was like,
I mean, they did win.
let her do it. That's not Lightning's personality.
I feel like we did agree, because you said you didn't like the layout of the movie and,
And
like, how it ended.
here's the reason. All right, so the first movie, he's a rookie. He's the rookie of the year, but he loses the Piston Cup because he decides to be a good person. All right. By the second movie, he's won 4 fucking Piston Cups. We saw none of them. He then wins a fucking, is it a Grand Prix, World Premiere Grand Prix?
World
Wins
Premiere.
that. You know something about Lightning? You know how many times he's won the Piston Cup?
Oh.
He's won it 7 times. You know how many times we saw him win it?
0.
0.
Fucking 0.
All right, so second movie. You said you really liked the second movie. He wins the World Grand Prix. How many times did he win that?
I don't know.
You don't know.
3
3
times.
fucking times. We don't see him win one of them, and it's because that's what the whole movie's about.
And this is what I was gonna
He
say.
also won the Daytona 500 4 fucking times. He won the California.
He won a bunch of
500,
500s.
He won a bunch of them. He won like 23 fucking times. We see him win fucking twice.
This is what I was going to bring up.
I'm lightheaded.
Let me talk.
Go ahead.
This is what I was going to bring up. You say you don't like the structure of the third movie, which I understand. I get what you mean. But that's the whole fucking franchise. The structuring is just
The structure
shitty.
is all over
Because
the
considering the fact
But they
that
could've
he's
fixed
won
it.
all these things and we haven't seen fucking any of them.
That's why I think the whole third movie should have been like his like farewell tour, and by the end of it, he's like, it's a farewell tour. Is that he's like had the moment where he's like, I'm the winningest person. I've done everything. I'm getting to the point where I should retire. But in the second to last race or the third to last race, let's do third to last. He has this moment where he's like, I got this still. I'm still doing this. And he like blows his gearbox and he can't drive. And so he spends the next couple weeks.
He tore his ACL of the cars.
That's what I said.
He has this somber moment where he's back in Radiator Springs and he can't drive, or he can drive, but he really can't do anything. He's still being fixed up. He has to miss his second to last race. And then in the final race, he goes to start racing, and that's where he finally realizes, I can't do this no more. And even if what they did whatever, you could have still done it that way. But I also would have loved the whole first half of the movie. Maybe you let us watch one fucking Piston Cup. Do you know at the end of the movie, that's not even a Piston Cup. That's a fucking a Florida 500, which is a Daytona 500. But
Yeah.
they won a Florida 500 together. It wasn't even a Piston Cup. We didn't watch it. He's known for winning 7 Piston Cups, and we saw none of them.
That's my thing, though. You can't use that as a gripe when they do that in every fucking movie.
What do you mean?
All 3 of them. They just skip over the biggest things.
Well, that's the thing. Is at least the second movie, it's about a Grand Prix. He wins 3 of them. We talked about 1 of them.
Yeah.
In the first movie, it's supposed to be a learning moment in his rookie career. Like, you can't be a dick to everybody and be a cocky piece of shit because, like, that's where that whole thing with Doc comes in of how, like, people just forget you, so it doesn't matter anyway. Then we get to the third one, and when they announced that we see this crash scene, which I think is a really good scene.
Yeah, it was incredible.
But that should have been, like, towards the middle back of the movie. That should have been, like, the set. And the gearbox thing is just something that came up. Even that crash. Use that scene. It's in front of me.
It was like here. I think the crash was a Piston Cup. Because I think it says Storm won that race, and I think that was 2016, which I think that was a
so
Piston Cup. So
it was the year before he lost the Piston Cup doing that. And then
yeah,
okay, you're right, because then he goes into his final season.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a Piston Cup. So we've seen him technically lose too, win 0.
But dude, and like the thing is like he retires at like 34, I think. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Well, it was because of all the
he had a Jordan
kind of
career
cars that they're doing.
But that's my point. That's not realistic either. Like that's the one thing with like when they compare like the Formula 1 cars.
I mean, they're talking cars. They're not fucking realistic. I get what you're saying, though.
The history of cars.
Comparing it
Dale
to
Earnhardt Sr. won. They have like real cars.
Well, with the
it.
first movie
to the F1 cars, though, that's a really good argument, though. You comparing it to that because he shouldn't have beat them.
Yeah,
NASCARs are faster than them.
Are they
with
really?
some of the engine builds that they have, yes. The problem is that they can't drive like they do because they have like you could basically turn the wheels in a circle on an F1 car. It has like direct response with the wheel.
Yeah.
If you go like this, you're going to fly into the wall if you do it the wrong way.
What was unrealistic about the Cars 3 cars evolving?
Because those don't exist.
Just a superior car that just doesn't...
I know, but they do it by actual year. Like, it's 2017 in that movie.
Yeah.
They do it by... Because, like, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s in the movie. Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s a car in the movie. Like, the people are real people cars.
I think they were just trying to use that as the reasoning why he was fading. Because he wasn't actually getting that much slower.
And dude, he was still driving like 220 on the track, and we're like, he's dying. He went from 230 to 220.
They just wanted to make him, like, give him a reason to retire.
Yeah,
I guess.
But that's my thing is, when you think of cars is about Lightning McQueen. You can give him a reason to retire. Why are we replacing him? That's the part that makes no sense. I don't understand the replacing factor of it at all.
Well, I wouldn't say replacing, because it's not like they started a new trilogy with fucking Cruise.
It's kind of like...
I mean, it's been fucking 8 years. I don't think they're doing it now.
They took a big gap between the second and the third. They took a massive gap between 3 and 4.
Second and third was like 5 years or 4
Monsters
years.
Inc. was 35-year gap.
I think the thing with her replacing him, it's not that she replaced him, it's that...
Also, that car... Sorry, my bad.
Well, it was like, let's prove to everybody that other people can do it as well. You don't have to, like, grow up, like, within the atmosphere of racing and stuff like that. Like,
that's another point. She wouldn't have beat those fucking race cars.
Well,
I don't give a shit how good the story is. He's built, like, Jackson Storm's built to be a race car. Like, to me, it's just like...
She trained him. She trained those type of cars.
I mean, who's LeBron's trainer? Can he beat LeBron? Can he beat these other...
No.
That's exactly. Like, it doesn't make sense.
I don't know if he has a trainer.
There's someone who works with him on stuff.
Yeah, passes him the ball to shoot it.
I mean, yeah, but still. There's been new NBA techniques or things that have come out or training shit that you can do. Like, someone had to teach LeBron a new training thing that newer people from a new age do.
I mean, it doesn't matter what we say.
Like how we've talked about how, like, this is getting off the rails, but like
whatever.
When LeBron has said before, where he's like, "Yeah, like when I was 13, I didn't know what a fucking trainer was. Like I just did all the shit on my own."
Yeah.
Like these dudes are 4 years old and they got the NBA basketball trainers for their 4-year-old.
Well, that's the issue with it.
I mean, yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Is like that would be like that's the NBA trainer, and they're going up against Jason Tatum, and they're like they're gonna beat Jason Tatum. That makes no sense. On top of the other 50 cars that are in this race.
I guess it would be more like... because she was still a race car. Like, she wanted to be a race car, but she just didn't think she could do it. So she wanted to be a coach. It'd be like if you were, like, incredible at basketball, but you didn't think you could make it, so you just became a coach, like high school or college or something. Like she's more than just like
But then
someone that would
coach
pass the
beating
person
the
the
best
ball.
player in the world.
Listen, so I think the problem is here is you're mad about the story and how they went about all 3 movies with him winning all these races
That
and
we
shit
never
like that
see.
and never get to see. I get that and I understand that. But with the route that they went down, I do think that they still did a good job with this movie with the direction they went with the movies. It still makes this movie a good movie. But it's not it's just not what you
bad
Right,
movie.
it's
I
just
think
not
it's-
it just
There could have been way better. It's the worst Cars movie. It's not even close. And I know people don't agree. You don't agree with that, but like I really do think that.
I think it's the worst one, and it's not close
don't
either.
agree.
But I get what you're saying, and I understand it. It would have been cooler to see Lightning.
They're also making like adult freaking sex jokes in it and stuff for no, which they've always kind of.
So they do
done
that in every Disney movie.
That one was so insane in that movie. Though.
Which one?
There's a like a truck at the bar, and he's like a drunk guy talking to the bartender, and the bartender don't give a fuck. He's like cleaning a glass, and he's like, "Yeah, man, my wife left me for a hybrid. I didn't even hear him coming." Are we serious, guys? There's a difference between like, I'm in hillbilly hell, and like,
Well, they
they're
make
like
sex
flashing
jokes in
their
the first
lights
one.
at him and stuff, but like, talking about a car coming in my wife's car, like, what are we talking about? And like I said that too, where in the second movie we like, there's like because he goes on a 2, and then
What?
when he wins his Piston Cups, he wins the next 2 years and then loses.
And then he 4
And then 1, 2, and then the second movie happens. So he's known Doc and everybody in Radiator Springs for 5 fucking years. And then the whole movie is like, this is where Doc grew up. And then the second movie is like, Doc's like a father to me or a granddad, whatever. You know, he took me under his wing and all this sort of stuff. And then in the third movie, another 6 years later, right?
Yeah.
He's never met Doc's friends by then.
Well, I mean,
He's
Doc
never been to his
didn't Talk to
hometown.
them no more.
No, because they say in the movie, Doc talks about you all the time. We used to come back and he would talk to us. He said you were the greatest thing he's ever seen. That makes no sense. He never took him home.
Guess not.
That makes I
Why-
don't get how that makes
I think
sense.
it makes sense because he's out racing all the time. He's just going across the
They have
country
off
and
seasons.
world.
He did a whole World Cup in an off season.
Yeah, but you would be like training for that. And
Well, he kept
shit
doing
like
World
that.
Cups, so he didn't really have an off season.
By then he did.
I don't think so.
By
I
the
think
third
He
movie?
did 30 World Cups, didn't he? Or did he do more? I don't know.
He might have done more.
He won 3 of them.
Yeah, he won 3.
it doesn't matter if we can come up a reason for why Cars 3 is good with the respected way that they went with the movies, but Finding Nemo is winning this. It's
Yeah,
not even,
Yeah, that's not the point.
Like-
But I wonder.
We know Finding Nemo's winning.
because it's losing. That's why I wanted to
Yeah.
get this out now because it went up against 2 scrubs back to back. I don't remember who.
I don't remember who it went up
was
against
it was
either.
like Turning Red and fucking some other bullshit.
Yeah, I can't remember now.
But like there's so many things that they do in the movie that I'm like I don't get why this was the direction. When
I
we
mean, you
had,
could say that about
listen,
every movie.
Listen, I get it. I get it.
I guess it's just because I care too much about the cars. I
get,
care about the
guess.
Cars
I
franchise.
get it, but I think with the way that they just went with the direction they went with, they still did a good job with the movies. It could have just been a shit show at the end of the
yeah,
series.
it's still a good movie.
Yeah.
It could have been like a fucking. I've never seen it,
I
but a
think
Toy Story 4.
But that's what I'm saying. I think it's not in the top half of Pixar movies. No way. It's in the bottom half. And I
clearly-
think it's not as good as the second movie for sure.
I think the second movie is really good. So
I know
it
people
might
hate
not
the
be in
second
the top
movie,
half.
but it's because they do like such a more human way with the cars. He's eating pistachio ice cream and shit.
how about that
no,
pistachio ice
wasabi.
cream?
Wasabi.
That movie is like so bad, but it's what makes it so good.
I like Cars too. Like, don't get me wrong.
And
I love Cars.
my thing with the scenes, and we talked about this too. People get so caught up in like the spy shit, and I know that's like 60%
such
of the
a
movie.
ginormous
but the
part of the
40% with
movie.
the racing is great. The racing parts are great. You see all
think
these
the
different types of cars. Dude, like if you
I
like
think the spy
cars,
shit is cool.
I get that, but people like it's not racing. I mean, first off, the whole thing's a race, but
Yeah.
the cars are so fucking cool. They're racing a Corvette versus an F1 car versus stock cars versus Lightning McQueen, who's like a stock hybrid car. I don't know what the fuck he is, but there's so many different. There's drag cars. They make up different nationalities based off of where those cars are from. Like it's such a good idea. Now, did they do too much spy shit? Yes, they did. But like,
Take out half the spy shit. Put a piston cup in there. And I think that'd be perfect. I like the spy shit,
But
it
like
was
what
too
you
much.
just said, put a piston cup in it. They could have put piston cups in this one.
They could have put it in the first one too.
Well, the whole first one is about how it's his rookie season.
And that's another thing. He's an arrogant ass rookie, and you say in the third movie, he's like, that's not Lightning McQueen. He would never just give up the reins like that. He literally slammed on the brakes instead of taking the win to let Chuck or
Chick.
Chick to let fucking Chick, who's a piece of shit,
Exactly.
win.
But so this is why I have another plan. I know how this movie could have went a second way.
Third one.
In the third movie, he talks to Cal Weathers, which is the king's like grandson.
Yeah.
And he's a stock car.
I like that character.
Which at that point, stock cars were still stock cars. Those were the best cars that you could drive for NASCAR. He's like, yeah, man, I just can't do this no more. Why didn't Lightning train him? They could have had an entire movie in the second half where Lightning pulls a dock and trains Cal in respect to the king.
Maybe he didn't really fuck with him like that. And I don't think
I mean, he fucked with him enough that Lightning was sad that he was quitting.
I don't think Lightning McQueen went into the thing with Cruz to be her trainer. He was supposed to get trained by her.
I know, but that's what I'm saying too. Like,
And then they formed a relationship deeper than racing because him and Cal were like, I doubt they were like hanging out after racing.
I mean, he always hung out with the Dynaco people after because of what he did.
Yeah, but I mean, him and Cruz spent a lot of time together, and I'm assuming they just developed that relationship over time.
How long was that?
It was a whole season. He got injured in 2016.
That's what I'm saying. He's known Cal for like I don't know how long.
Yeah, but he was there with Cruz every single day training for hours on end. A race is, and that's just a race. They have however many a year. So I can see why he would have gravitated towards training her versus Cal.
And that's the thing. It's not even really training. He just becomes like the
Pit crew chief or whatever.
Yeah, that he doesn't know how to do. Just because
why wouldn't he know how to do it?
Because it's one of those things that like just because you know how to race doesn't know you know how to work a pit crew.
Then why did Doc not work a pit crew?
He's old school.
He had never done that. He raced for fucking 3 years.
Yeah, but racing was like his life. Like Lightning's is too, but Lightning's is like I think it's.
I say Lightning McQueen doesn't even have fucking headlights. He was built to be a race car.
That's another point. Like, I don't know.
It's Finding Nemo.
It's Finding Nemo.
It's Finding Nemo. It doesn't matter, but just sick all these fucking.
Oh damn.
Yeah, sorry.
Cars versus Finding
Getting
Nemo.
overruled.
Who?
It's Cars.
It's Cars.
Oh, okay. We're good.
I don't think it's Finding Nemo.
It's Cars versus Finding Nemo. It's Cars.
All right.
I mean, we don't really need to argue about it. Finding Nemo is really good, but Cars is just it's the best thing Pixar has done, in my opinion, as a series. I think we're moving on to the next.
Think that.
What do you think is better than Cars?
I think the third one knocks out not
I
being the
didn't
best
realize
series.
we just did one side of the bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
forgot.
still have a whole
No,
nother
I
side.
mean I did know that, but I forgot that while doing this video.
What's the best then?
One of the movies might be what we're getting ready to talk about.
One of the movies?
Okay, what are we counting as a series? Does it
Three.
have to be three?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, series. I would say a series.
I think it's the
is three.
best series with 3+ movies.
I mean, how many have that?
Like Toy Story,
Cars.
Cars. I think there's one more.
I don't think there's any other ones. Not good enough that we can remember.
I guess not. Yeah, Cars is better than Toy Story.
I think Cars.
Yeah,
is better than Toy Story.
but that's why I'm saying you have to count sequels in that too.
Well then, okay. If let's just say
Bugs Life 2, Finding Nemo, Finding Dory.
there's a Bug's Life too.
I think.
I don't think there is.
Yes. Monsters Inc., Monsters University, Toy Story
Yeah.
1 through 5, Cars.
Okay, well then, what do you think is the best just overall
Like the best
franchise? If it's not Cars,
We might be talking about it right now.
Monsters Inc. and University is better than Cars.
I don't like that third movie that much.
I thought you didn't really fuck with Monsters University though.
No, that movie fucks. That's one of the.
Listen, I fuck with the monsters.
That
I
movie-
love that movie too.
That movie is so close to being better than the original. It's
Oh yeah,
fucking
it's
insane.
it's Monsters University versus Bug's Life, by the way.
And like Bugs Life, like my
Have you
mom,
seen it?
my mom hated that movie, so we didn't watch it a lot.
you watch
I've
it?
seen it. I'm not gonna sit here and say I fully remember it.
I don't
Bug's Life is
remember.
fire.
But it's going against Monsters University.
A Bug's Life is fire, but at Monsters University, I like it way more. I grew up on Monsters Inc.
Monsters University is one of the only things that they were like, we made this 20 years after. It's gonna be great. That it almost was as good as the fucking original.
And I like
Dude,
that it's like a
dude,
prequel.
I don't know. It's fucking close.
I think it's
I
really
know,
close.
dude.
It's close.
It's very close. Monsters Inc. is better. But
Which
it's
that movie,
very close.
Monsters University gets shit on.
Really?
I feel like it has.
My girlfriend thinks Monsters University is better than Monsters Inc.
See, that's one of
Really?
those. That's
I've
one of
never
those
heard
movies
that
where
one.
like I'm not going to be upset if you think that.
What?
If you think Monsters University is better,
I
I'm not going to get
I
upset.
can see that argument.
Yeah, I think Monsters Inc. is better.
I
But
think
Monsters
so, too.
University is fucking fire.
I don't know. I kind of like Monsters University. I
More than Inc.
I don't know.
Like I'm not gonna argue with you about that one. I think it's very close.
It is fucking close. So I mean, yeah, Monsters University is moving.
I like that we
You
get
don't
to see.
love the CIA?
I love that
What do
we
they
get to
call
see
it in that?
What? Yeah, what do they call it?
The MIA, like Monsters
I don't know.
Intelligence
All I
Agency.
remember.
CDE or CD something? I can't remember. Something like that. Or what was the?
Oh yeah. You didn't file your paperwork last night. This office is now closed.
What's the thing where
I-
it's the sock on you?
2319.
2319.
We got 2319.
What are those called? I'm so mad. We're gonna get made fun
Oh,
of.
I can't remember.
It's like the
C something.
You basically are saying you think that the Monsters movies are better than the Cars movies, and you can't even remember what the fucking like.
everything about the Cars movies.
I know a good amount.
Well, I just sat here listening to you guys rattling off all this shit about cars. I had no
We
We
clue
spent
about.
5 hours
We were
looking
going
it up.
through a lot of
We
lore.
spent an entire Saturday
Yeah.
just looking at Cars
I didn't work.
lore.
I didn't work for a single second at work. We were figuring out all this.
No, I
car
had a good
shit.
day.
That's
and
another
work,
reason
yeah.
why I think Cars is better. There's so much lore.
There's probably a lot. Monsters University has a shit ton of lore. There's like people that's like their son, and this dude had the all-time scare record, and then they broke that. There's a shit ton for that. Look it up. There's probably a dick ton.
I say, is there a record book?
Cause I know they have like the class photos and the head
Monsters.
like they're trading cards from the old ones and shit. Randall Voss has just broken the all-time.
Sierra's leaderboard.
It's probably rolling, updating right now.
Or
Dude,
is
the
it-
Cars one is. It's through like 2024 of races.
Yeah, it says to present. I think this is just saying like about who was on the leaderboard because it says Sully's won. Does it have like his records? James P. Sullivan.
James P. Sullivan.
I also love in Monsters University how we get to see James or Sully we get to see him be like a fucking jock piece of shit.
Yeah.
I don't think it says anything in here.
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
I think Cars has deeper lore. But yeah, it's Monsters University.
That's much.
This is a weird matchup.
I think it's a good matchup.
Toy Story 2 versus Toy Story 3. I think the second one's worse.
I think the third one's better.
That's the same thing.
But you said it in a negative connotation. I said it with a positive connotation.
Because I think the second one has a fat grease ball in it that's trying to collect toys.
I fucking hate Lotso, but
a fat grease ball.
I think it's 3.
I think
too.
Lotso was a good villain though.
And I'll say this too, since it's here. Toy Story 3 is not better than Toy Story 1. I don't know where.
It's up there.
Dude, people legitimately think that.
I don't.
There's like a
I'm not
whole
mad about
community
that.
where Toy Story 3 is better than Toy Story. Nope.
I think Toy Story 3 is really good. I think Toy Story is better, but I think it's
That movie has another aspect where it goes into left field like Cars 2 does, though. We got a fucking monkey looking at security cams.
And that motherfucker was scary. And Lotso was like a fucking manipulator like crazy.
Yeah.
I think those are good villains.
Well, the problem is, the first Toy Story don't have a villain. It's Buzz.
I mean,
Sid.
yeah, Sid's kind of a villain.
The big one.
I think it's Toy Story 3.
I think it's 3.
I think it's 3 too.
Yeah. Toy Story 3 is good. Now we got Up versus Inside Out.
All right, you've never seen Inside Out, right? Okay. I don't think this is close.
I really like both of them. I don't think it's close either.
Inside Out
I know what Inside Out is about.
good,
It's good.
but Up is great.
Up is phenomenal
Yeah.
and very fucking
I thought you
sad.
were going to disagree. I'm like, you've
No.
never seen that.
Up is very
Up is,
sad.
Up is great.
And I love is his name. Oh, is that wait? Which one's Doug? The dog.
The dog.
Yeah, I love Doug.
I mean, I know what Inside Out's about. I've never seen the movie like to know if the story's good or not or whatever.
I think it was really good.
I think the concept's pretty good, but I
wouldn't turn it back on.
I highly
but
doubt if I watch
I don't
it
like
that
either.
I would choose it over Up.
Yeah, I would never pick it over.
You
Up.
would not.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. Inside Out is good though, but Up is just fucking phenomenal.
Cool idea, especially.
It is
for
a
the
really cool
times,
idea
for sure.
But Up is just
Up is up.
phenomenal.
Up and up.
So sad. The first Incredibles versus The Good Dinosaur.
I haven't seen either one of them.
That's,
I've seen clips of The Good Dinosaur.
I haven't seen The Good Dinosaur.
Roar!
I have seen clips though. Yeah.
The little kid's like, "Rawr."
Have you seen the movie though?
No.
No. So it's Incredibles. I mean,
That's by default. I don't like this movie.
it's so crazy. Oh fuck.
Okay, so here's
This sucks for Brave. It's
That-
Brave versus Monsters.
Brave
Inc.
is a good ass movie.
Brave
I
is a good
fucking
movie.
really
Brave
like
is
Brave.
incredible.
Yeah.
This is a
God damn
shitty
it.
matchup
We
for
said
Brave.
that dog shit last matchup, and then this is the other one.
Yeah, that's a shit ass matchup
pick
for
it.
Brave.
Monsters Inc.'s going through.
All right. Monsters Inc.'s going through. That was such a shitty placement for them.
Get it the fuck out of here. Launch that shit. Monsters U versus Toy Story 3. Throw that fucking strawberry bitch as far as you can.
Did you ever have that toy though?
No.
It smelled like strawberries.
Dude, we were like 12. When it came out.
No, you weren't.
When did that come
It came out like 2011
Did it really?
or 2012 or something like that. I didn't have it.
I was about to say,
My cousin had
even
it.
if you had it, you were like 10.
No, my cousin had it, but it
Were you a
smelled.
stuffed animal kid?
No. I mean, I had one.
Stuffed animal kid.
I don't remember having stuffed animals.
I had one.
Dude, my sister. Oh, shit.
Well, yeah.
Remember the
That
little
makes
net
sense.
she had that was like in the corner of her room that
She
just
had a
like
hammock. And it was like
Of stuffed animals.
it was like 2 foot down from the ceiling, and it was hitting the ceiling with fucking stuffed animals in it.
it's monsters.
Shit
it's,
all
Toy
nice
Story
guy.
3 is good, man.
it's monsters.
It's
University.
good. It's not as good as the first one. It's definitely not as good as Monsters University.
I think Monsters U is better. But we can't sit here and shit on Toy Story 3. Like
I
that.
only
Like
shit
it's a
on
wash.
it. I only shit
I
on it.
think this
Well, I
movie-
think it is a wash in this.
I think it's a wash.
You think they're sweeping Toy Story 3?
Monsters
Yes.
U sweeping
I don't
Toy
we
think
Story
just
so.
3.
swept them with the three of us.
Toy Story 3 has such a good ending. They should have ended there.
Oh, when he gave up his toys?
Yeah, I think that when him driving
Oh.
away, that was a good ass scene. And I also think them in the fire pit's fucking fire too. I was like, oh my god, they're gonna die.
I was kind of hoping some of them died. That would have made for
It would have made
better
it for
story.
a better ending. But I still think the ending was good.
My thing is that I think I hate on
Dude,
Toy
the
Story
villains
3
are
so
so
much
good.
just because people think it's better than Toy Story 1. And I
Yeah,
think
but
those
that's
people
bias.
need help.
You can't use other
I
people's
still don't
reasoning
think it-
for your
I
reasoning
still
for
don't
not
think-
liking
But
it.
I think Monsters University is that fucking good.
yeah, I still
I
don't think it's better.
close. And that's not saying that Toy Story 3 is bad.
I don't
It's
think
just-
it's close. But I also didn't think it's a fucking pants down ass spanking either.
But to be fair, I think most movies on the right side would have been an ass spanking. Though.
I
So,
think it's
like,
a pants down ass spanking with a whip.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know about that.
I think Monsters University
mean,
is that much better. I really do.
I think Monsters U is better. But we can't, like, Toy Story 3 is good, though. Can't just sit here and act like it's a dog shit movie. Up. This is the second round of the right side. We got Up versus The Incredibles.
So I haven't seen The Incredibles just based on Incredibles 2. I think Up is a better movie.
I'm picking up.
I'm picking Up too.
Okay.
I love Incredibles though.
I think the first villain. The first one's villain. I don't like. He's a fucking annoying. I don't like it. I can't. I don't know. Every time it comes on, every time I see the character, every time he starts talking, I'm like, God, holy shit! The second one's that
you
much.
want to know
better.
one of my favorite scenes from the first movie, Incredibles movie?
What?
Is when
Spoilers.
the movie came out like 05. If you haven't seen it yet, it's your problem. It's not. I mean, it's not really that big of a spoiler anyway.
I don't
But
care.
the big thing in the beginning that Mr. Incredible fights, that big robot thing. I love when they like show all the other superheroes the thing is killed, and they do like a little preview of like the guy, like his suit and all his powers and shit, and how what makes him a superhero, and then it cuts to them fighting the thing and them just getting shit on.
I do like the scene with, I think it's with Edna, where they're like, we can't build a stupid suit with a cape.
I love Edna. Her little fucking factory thing is so cool. But
That's
it's
why I
up.
like the second one, because then she brings Jack in there, and Jack's just fucking shit up.
Yeah, Up's better.
He like burp snarts and like does
Burp snart.
lightning, invisibility, and fire in like 4 seconds.
Burp snart. It's up. Okay. Now we got Up versus Monsters University.
I still think this is a wash.
Dude, Up's so
I don't
sad.
know about a wash. Up is such a just
This
good
is
movie.
This is closer than Toy Story 3.
Yeah.
I think
Okay,
so.
okay,
I
I
agree.
think so too.
Yeah, I agree. Up is a phenomenal movie. I think that movie made more grown-ups cry than any other of the Pixar movies.
Yeah, but Monsters University is so fun.
Yeah, I like Monsters University too.
It's two
But
very different vibes.
they are very different vibes.
I'm like every time I'm trying to compare them. I'm like, this doesn't work.
One's
I'm
like,
gonna touch him.
I'm gonna touch him. One's a really funny movie, and one's like you sit there and just think about
and I
life.
don't like to do that. So
We know you don't.
the German villain dude in Up is a dick.
He's a good
He's
villain.
a piece of shit. But also, Monsters University has good villains too.
Yeah,
The professor and then the fucking
I don't really like how
pincer
they
guy.
cheated though.
That's good storytelling.
I know, but I
because
don't really like that.
It explains their dynamic.
Yeah.
And like how they like come back together and how they still have this like banter with each other.
Yeah. I can't really remember how did they become friends again? Because I know he was pissed at him for like cheating.
Because
I can't really remember. I haven't seen it.
they
in a
do
while.
the scene where they go into the room with doors and Mike is just like, I'm gonna fucking scare real kids, and he goes to that summer camp and like the cops show up because there's like Mike Wazowski and stuff, and then fucking James P. Sullivan just
Dude.
fucks up the room of canisters,
Just
dude.
all the doom doom doom.
Dude,
doom,
that
doom.
scene, I've
It's a good scene.
Dude, it's so good. And dude,
Him
the-
dropping down, terrifying.
yeah, he drops down and he just fucking
Aura.
lets it out. And dude, I'm getting goosebumps. Aura, the fucking dean or president, whatever she was, professor, just like
She was a cool character though too.
she was
She
scary.
was scary
dude.
as fuck. When that scene where she's like, when it's like the noise and like she like flaps through the window and sits on the ledge. Like, I'm like, holy shit, this bitch is fucking huge and she's scary.
It's MU.
It's MU. It was just that whole movie was just solely aura
Up
farming.
is so good though.
Up is really
so
good.
sad.
It's MU though.
Here we are.
Fucking hell, dude.
I knew this was gonna happen.
MU versus
Hey.
Monsters Inc.
I said my piece. I think. Well, I mean, I guess I can explain it better, but
Yeah, why do you think one's better than the other? I agree.
Honestly, just sitting here
it's not
talking.
that I can't. I just there's something about the first one that has this like.
Dude, Randall's so good.
Randall's so good, fucking Mr. Waternoose.
Yeah.
Just like the dynamic of that. and-
children before I let this company die. Such a good fucking movie.
If I had
Kitty.
to turn one on right now, I think I'd pick Monsters University because of how we were talking about it.
Honestly,
this
I
whole time.
agree. But I think
But-
Monsters Inc. is better.
I think we have to pick Monsters Inc.
Yeah. Monsters University, I feel like is a movie that's more fun to watch.
When they have not the very end, but the end where Mike rebuilds the door, and he pushes it through and
pushes that last thing in, that little last piece.
Kitty. You just see a look on his face.
He's like, she got goosebumps. It's Monsters Inc. Just for that reason alone.
Dude, them making that sucker machine and sucking the soul out of these fucking kids.
Dude, yeah.
It's crazy.
Like, they
dude.
legit put torture into a Pixar movie.
Sit in this fucking dice chair and we're just gonna put a fucking nozzle to
They're
your
like-
face.
It's like, dude, they're literally torturing these fucking things in Monsters Inc. Jesus Christ. It's better. It's close, but it's better.
The fucking restaurant scene too, that shit looked good.
Yeah, it did look good. This is one of the movies I watched like a billion times as a kid. Like my mom told me I would put this on like fucking 8 times a day. That and Ice Age. But
I also like how Mike screams. You know,
Yeah.
it's just- But he's like, ah!
his comedy bits are funny too at the end. Do you want to say your piece about MU? Why you think it's better?
Are you choosing MU
No,
or Monster?
I'm choosing Monsters Inc.
Is it just because it's a more like giggly, funny, enjoyable movie
Probably,
just to
yeah.
watch?
And just the way he was talking about it earlier, just like I don't know why I kind of want to watch it.
I kind of want to watch it too. But yeah,
But,
I'm,
no, yeah.
I think Monsters
overall,
Inc. is the
Monsters
pick.
Inc. is yeah.
I think this is the final.
Yep, I already know what it is.
Holy shit! It's This is the finale of the bracket. I didn't realize you were wearing that. That's funny. It's Cars
My
versus
pick's in.
Monsters Inc.
the pick is in.
The pick is in. What do you think?
Monsters series doesn't have a bad movie or a significantly worse movie.
I mean, that's a personal opinion though from us. A lot of people love the third movie.
Yeah, I do.
And
A lot of
it's
people.
also
Well,
only- it's also
most
only
people
two
have most
movies.
people have the opposite opinion of us about the second movie.
But yeah, we don't care about them.
I love all 3 movies. That's what I'm saying. That's why I think it's the best series. I think they're all good.
To be fair, it's one of the only like.
Listen, I'm not mad
Those
either.
are, like,
Yeah.
I'm not mad either way we go with this at all. Should have been the final two. I did say Ratatouille. This should have been the final two. I think Ratatouille.
That was the movie I was talking about. I'm like, no,
Right,
that's.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
it.
I didn't because I was like, I also was thinking, and I'm like, we haven't seen Monsters Inc. I was like, we haven't seen Monsters University.
Yeah, they're both on the right side.
And then we got through the stack. I'm like, oh my god, those are on the same side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What are you going with, though?
Honestly, I'm glad these were on the other sides though.
Me too.
Because that final four, I think, was Monsters Inc., Monsters University, Cars, and Ratatouille. I think that might be what the.
If Toy Story was up top, it would have been Toy Story, Cars, but yeah.
I think I want to say Monsters because I like the franchises themselves. Like I said, there's no bad movie in Monsters.
There's only two.
Yeah, but there's neither one of them are bad.
So, like, the third one would have been about when it became the Laugh Factory.
If the third movie is the reason you think the Monsters Inc. University, that series is better than Cars, just take away the third movie. Compare the two movies to two movies. You think Cars is better?
Probably.
What do you think?
Oh, my answer's Cars. I don't give a shit. I'm
Well,
looking at the first fucking movie. I
know.
don't
I'm
care.
talking about the series. Like you said, the Monsters University and Inc. series is better than Cars 1, 2, and 3. If you do it by 2
Monsters
and 2.
University is better than Cars 2. And Monsters Inc. is right behind Cars. So the Monster series is better than the Cars series. Even without the third movie. But the best movie is Cars, in my opinion. I think it goes Cars, Monsters Inc., Monsters University, Cars 2, Cars 3.
Yeah, it's not a bad list.
And now that doesn't also include, I would throw Ratatouille's up there somewhere.
I
Toy
thought you were
Story's up
just
there
talking
too.
about the two franchises.
I was just talking about the two franchises.
Right.
You know what I love about the Cars franchise too? All the shorts they did.
They did do a shit ton of shorts.
Dude,
never watched
Mater's
any of
Ghost
them.
Light.
You never seen the Mater monster truck?
Never
That's
seen-
incredible.
Never seen it.
You haven't seen the Ghost Light one, have you? I think we talked about it.
Which one is that again?
It's Mater and the Ghost Light.
What
Here.
does that mean?
It's like a horror.
I know there's the one where
Yeah, look.
they do like a bigger scene of them tipping cows.
Yeah, they do. Mater and the Ghost Light. You've never seen this?
Oh, actually, I have seen
You
it.
have?
Because it's very
Phenomenal.
short, isn't it?
It's like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Like it was genuinely like scary. I mean, obviously I was a kid, but it was like I was like genuinely afraid watching that shit. But that's the reason why I like the Cars franchise. They have like a fuck ton of shorts with Mater and shit. So are you saying Monsters Inc? Is that where you're going?
I don't know. I'm not mad either way.
Because I think
clearly
I'm going
Cars is
Cars.
the one going, and
Yeah.
I'm not mad about it at all.
I'm
We just don't want
going
it. We
Cars.
just don't want it to be Cars, and it just because we were like louder,
yeah.
and we just liked
no,
it better.
I get it.
Like I think they're fucking close. Like they're both really good.
These
movies.
are 1 and 2 in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
me
really
too.
think this is what, like, as much as we randomized it, that's what I would have put as
as
1
much
and
as
2.
Yeah,
I
me
do
too.
like Cars 2, I think what you said about Cars, then Monsters Inc., then Monsters University, then Cars 2, I think you're right. So yeah,
Yeah, when you put it like that, like I feel like if it's on a scale of 10, it would be like
and I'm a huge defender of Cars 2
0.1
as
behind each other.
well.
It'd be like 9.8 and 9.7 as far as the series goes, in my opinion. When you put it that way, I think the Monster series is better. But Cars is the best movie.
Yeah. All right.
That being said,
Boogity, 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 let's go!
Cars
racing.
is the winner of the Pixar bracket. I feel like this is going to be a little controversial, to be honest.
Oh, I
'cause
think
of Toy
people are gonna
Story.
be pissed through and through.
Yeah,
The
because
entire thing we've talked, everything.
I think
we've
everything
talked
we've
about.
said, they're going to be pissed.
and you know, the reason I don't know. I mean, I guess I can. It doesn't really matter. I remember Joe and Danny on the Basement Yard. They did a Pixar bracket like 7 years ago or something, and they shit on Cars.
Dude, but they were also like 12. Danny was old.
They were both older than 12.
Yeah, dude, they were like teenagers.
They were
when
15 and
Cars came
17.
out. But they're like big Toy Story boys. Which
Yeah,
makes sense.
I can't remember what it went up against, but yeah, they said it was a wash, and I can't remember exactly what it was.
They also just did a video, and we might be doing a similar video later.
Yeah.
But they did a Disney bracket, and Joe was shitting on Hercules, which is absurd.
Yeah, it's a good movie. But
So,
yeah, Cars is the winner in our humble
no-
opinion.
No one knows what we were just talking about.
It's another podcast we watch. But Yeah, in that Pixar bracket, Cars was the winner. We're probably going to do something similar for the Disney movies because we didn't want to combine them because that video would have been fucking 3 hours.
Dude,
And DreamWorks,
it's
too.
because of Disney. Disney has like 800 fucking movies.
Yeah, and there's other companies like DreamWorks. They have a lot of fucking movies too that we could do for a bracket, and that'd be fun. So if you like that, if you like this video, we can do that too. But yeah, Cars is the winner, and I think that's all we got. You got anything? Any final comments?
Ka-chow!
Ka-chow. See you next time.